Hey guys, remember that chicken I cooked yesterday? I'm going to make it into meal prep for some little burritos that I'm going to assemble and put in the freezer for people to grab whenever. Even though it's already cooked, I'm going to heat it up in the pan with this onion and season it a little more, since all I had on there yesterday was a little bit of salt in the pot and some peppercorns. It obviously needs plenty more seasoning if it's going to be, a burrito. All right, I've just got some oil in the pan. Throw in my onion. I'm using a cast iron skillet. You don't have to. I just thought I would for this. And then I'm just going to season it a little bit. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of pepper. Sometimes those grinders, right? We're going to use a little salt. This is a chili seasoned salt, so it's a little spicy. Throw that in. Just getting it started. And then I'm going to add in my chicken. I think I'll put in a little bit of garlic too. Regular garlic, you don't have to, but I have some, so I'm going to add it. This is so customizable, guys. I mean, basically, you're just going to add the things you like to have in a burrito. I have to keep it pretty simple because my family is not fond of vegetables, sadly. So this is going to be basically just chicken and cheese. You could do some jalapenos. You could do some chipotle peppers. That would be real good. You don't want to burn your garlic, guys, so you're just going to do this for about a minute or so. That's good enough. I'm going to pull this over just a little bit. Throw my chicken in there. Set that up a little. I have a bigger one, skillet that is, so I don't know why I didn't use that, but that's okay. That is okay. We'll make it work. Move all of that onion all into the chicken. Now, like I said, this is cooked, so we're really just trying to warm it up. And the reason I'm warming it up is because I'm going to put some cheese and stuff in it, and I kind of like the cheese to be a little bit melty. And obviously, since I'm wrapping these up, that is not necessary. But I think it just adds for some good flavor to get everything seasoned and warmed up good. All right, for seasoning, whenever I do anything with a spicy, Southwest kind of flair, I always add some oregano. Just dried oregano. Then add a little more garlic. Gonna add a little bit of onion powder, even though there's onion in it. The onion powder, I don't know, it has a different kind of flavor somehow, so I like to add that. A little bit of cumin. Again, guys, use the spices you like. If you're not a fan of cumin, don't put it in. You could just add a packet of taco seasoning mix, and that would also be fine. add a little bit of chipotle powder. Let's see. I think that's probably all I'm gonna do. Give this a stir. Remember, we're just warming it through. All right, guys, you can see my chicken here is all cooked. And sorry about my lighting. It needed a couple more spices while I had you on pause, so I added a little more salt. I added some paprika, and I would say about 2 teaspoons of Knorr chicken bouillon. That just brings out that flavor, I think. Also adds a little bit of savoriness to it. So this is all done. It's ready to be mixed with my other ingredients, and then we can make our burritos. All right, so now what I thought I'd do is I would grate up the cheese. Now, if you have bagged cheese, use that. That works just as well. But I do not have that right now, and so I'm gonna grate this up with my little handy dandy Amazon cheese grater here. This has a button on the side that helps you make sure it is kind of suctioned down to the counter so it doesn't move around while you're grating. But I'll be honest with you, it lets go a good amount of the time, so you just kind of have to watch it. But I'll lose all my stuff here. And then you can use any cheese you want. This is extra sharp cheddar. You could use a combination of cheeses. Pepper jack would be good. Monterey Jack. Mozzarella. You know, they have the, the Mexican flavored cheeses. Taco cheeses if you're buying the bagged stuff. Any of that works. You just need some cheese. See what I mean, guys? It does come undone sometimes. But I don't actually think it's my cheese grater's problem. I think it is my counter. My counter is not level, I've realized. And so it absolutely lets go on me if I don't have it in just the right spot. I'm going to go ahead and continue grating this up. Okay, guys, so I got my big plate of cheese. That's probably a couple 8-ounce blocks. I've got some softened cream cheese. So what we're going to do now is we're going to combine the cheese, not all of that cheddar cheese, y'all, and all of our chicken. Just going to pour the chicken in here. And then this brick of cream cheese. And then I would say you'd probably want a couple of big handfuls of cheddar cheese. The rest I will hide over here away from my cheese-loving cat Nub, as you know. He's a fan. And then you just mix it together. I highly suggest making sure you have soft cream cheese when you do this, because even though my chicken is hot, it is hard to mix if your cream cheese is ice cold. We're just going to mix this up. If you want to add something to this, like some fresh ingredients, maybe you want to add some cilantro, some jalapeno peppers. You could even add a little bit of salsa. You don't want too much because you don't want it to be wet and soggy in your tortillas, but yeah. So we're just going to mix this all up, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Hey guys, so I finished stirring this up, And, you know, taste as you go, right? So I tasted it and I thought it needed a little something. So I looked in my fridge because I thought I had some cilantro or something, which I don't. But what I did have was this paste cilantro jalapeno lime sauce. It is just mildly spicy, even though it says medium. I added a little bit of this, still needed something. So I added half a pack of Taco Bell original taco seasoning, tasted it, needed more, ended up with the whole pack in there, okay? So, just to recap, what we have in here is paprika, cumin, salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder. It was a chipotle chili powder. Then I put in this sauce and the seasoning pack of Taco Bell taco seasoning. That's what I used for seasonings, plus some chopped onion and some garlic. Chicken, cream cheese, cheddar cheese. Now we're ready. We're going to roll up our burritos. These will look horrible because I can't do this to save my life, but I'm just going to do one to show you what I would do with them. All right, so I have just like a taco-sized tortilla here. Now you could certainly warm this up if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just as is. And I'm going to put in a little bit of that. I would say that's about half a cup, maybe a little more. Now, one thing that would be real good right here, if you wanted to, is you could add a little bit of queso or like the nacho cheese dip that you can buy in the jar, just a little bit on there. You don't have to because it has cheese and sour cream in it. Not sour cream, cream cheese. So I'm not going to, but that is something you could do. All right, you can see that I have folded this up the best I can, and I have put it in my pan with a little bit of oil, same pan I used to cook my meat in, and I'm just gonna toast it on each side, and then you could stop there and you could eat this as is, or I'm gonna let them cool and wrap them up. Another thing you could do is you could certainly put them in a 13 by 9 or some sort of dish, maybe throw some cheese over the top, bake them in the oven. So once you think it's getting a little brown on that side, check if you're using an iron skillet. It doesn't take long and it will start to brown up. Just keep an eye on it. Just flipped it. You can see it has a nice crusty on it. Now guys, what I would suggest, don't worry, I'm not over the skillet, is if you decide to wrap them up, when your people decide they want to eat them, if you have an air fryer, that would work nice because it would kind of keep them a little crispy. You can put them in the microwave, of course. You could put them in the oven. You could even heat them up in a pan. It's really up to you and the people eating them what the best way is for you and how easy it would be for them to heat up. So there you have it. Here's my one that I've made. I'm going to probably eat this for lunch, but then I'll make the rest of them. This is my cooling rack. I've put over any burner that I've recently used because I have cats and you never know what they might do when you're not around. Or if you have small kids. I put this over it just as a precaution because I don't have one of those ovens that, you know, as soon as you turn it off, it's not hot anymore. That would be nice, but I don't. Anyway, I hope you like this idea. Remember, this is just an idea for you. Change it up. Do what you want with it. Leave things out, add things, cook it a different way. It doesn't matter. It's all what you like. Have a great day.